Adding a weapon to fortify. Sounds like it's a good thing, I guess. Waste of bullets. It's good news, though. We get all kinds of bullets. This has got to be where the shortcut is, right? You could have fallen off quite easily. There's just an area down here? I love it when chat takes care of chat. I don't have to answer a bunch of questions. I can just play the game and be awesome. Hello, wolf. I'm gonna die. 100%. Well, it's good to know it's kind of like Dark Souls 1, where it's like, hey, we're going to give you a lantern, and then have you beat an entire game's worth of content before you get to rest again. What the fuck is this door? Oh, like, I was down there, wasn't I? I didn't come up, did I? I don't know where the hell I was in this goddamn web. What I gotta do is I gotta start locking onto opponents. Fuck happened there? Was I actually out of stamina? I don't think I was, but eh. Maybe I was. Fire's hot, Taylor. Fire's hot. Hi, Zai. So there's the beginning. Alright, Skeletab. Thanks for hanging out, bud. Hopefully, life continues in a good direction. Don't be too busy. Don't be too stressed out. Just do your thing and we'll see you when we can. Where's the stairs? There they are. And there's also this guy. Oh, yeah. Well done, me. Drops bullets. I do hope I can increase that at some point. That's what we call a style kill. Okay, you don't get hit by things. Bah. I can't thank you, Zai, because I'm in the middle of a war. Thank you for the bits. 1,050 bits from Zai, retaining that first place position in style. The reach is not so good. What's he at? 43.7. It's ridiculous. Firelight, welcome in as well. What you might not realize, Zai, is your lead, excuse me, your lead in bits is more than some people have in total. Or more than many people, I should say. A lot of people, in fact, have in total. I am not losing 4,000 souls. We can all go die in fire. God, go die in a fire! Come at me, you bitches. It doesn't seem like it's that hard so far. Like, everybody keeps talking about, oh man, the first area, I wasn't even able to get past it. I was like, it doesn't seem like it's too bad so far. Later, Anthony. Tell Haley I said hi. And make sure to get drunk for me. Shat blasted. Welcome in, Jin. How you doing? Fight a boss yet? Yeah, you. Oh. That was bad. Fuck, there's another dog? Since when was there a third dog? They're multiplying. Good night, Zai. Happy to see you again. Queen Zig, I haven't seen you in what seems like at least... It actually feels like it's been like 8 months. It might not have been that long. It's definitely not been that long, but it feels like it's been that long. How you been? That is a great name to see. I'm super happy to see you. I totally gotta fight those big old bitch dogs, don't I? My God. You know what? It's all good. I will hit with one of these. Never mind. You know what? I'm just gonna choose to not hit with any of them. Dodging is not possible. Get cheesed, you motherfucker. I didn't break my headphones, did I? No. I can still hear. I can still hear. I'll learn the controls, don't worry. I just don't like the transformed chainsword. I guess maybe as crowd control it's a lot better, but I thought I was locked onto a guy. I can't dodge. Switch back. I'm just tilted now. Hey, Queen Zig, how about instead of like saying things like, oh, they get worse, you just shut your fucking mouth. It's also an option. Oh, they get worse? Oh, you don't say. I'm in the beginning of the game. Huh, who would have thought? Who would have thought that the game gets harder as you go through it? I would have never thought that. That's just not how games work in my day. Would have never thought. Would have never thought. And Firelight, you've been here long enough. I'm not even just gonna let you just take that fucking purge. I'm not even gonna tell you. You've been here long enough. If I have to remind you to not backseat spoil or, you know, suggest things like that, then you are mentally damaged, and I don't have time to deal with you or explain things. Maybe you just have been gone so long you forgot how things work here, but... I get overexcitement. I get overexcitement. Just like you have to accept my salt. If I lash out at anybody in chat, just know I generally like you. I am just trying to reserve my experience the same way your experiences were most likely blind, virgin, without any tainting whatsoever. This is the #1 problem with streaming, is that people fail to remember that your first time playing a game didn't have people yelling at you in chat saying that this item does this, or this enemy does that, or that the weak point is on his ass. You didn't have that. Instead, you just played the game. You dealt with things as they came. And that's kind of what I hope to do in this one. You know, this isn't some stupid roguelite that come out every 5 days that I want to have tips and tricks on. This is a big game. A game that I've been waiting to play for 3 years, so I would appreciate people to reserve your excitement. Remain excited, but if you ever feel like your excitement is leading to your keyboard, and it's not a hype emote, my mods have full control of who talks and who doesn't. And they do not have to ask me permission. I can always go back to the log and figure out who was timed out for what. And if I feel something was timed out unjustly, I will talk to them then. But for the most part, I trust them to do exactly what they do. I don't even care if I die. I don't even care if I die. I'm just gonna farm blood vials. I can see them if they're purged, yes. Just kill the dog. That's the only thing I ask. Don't get blindsided. Sandra Bullock! I've played and beaten Dark Souls 1 8 times, Dark Souls 2 4 times, and Dark Souls 3 3 times. I am a Souls nerd, so yes. How am I liking the game so far? I've barely touched it. I don't have an answer yet. Ask me that when we at least get some amount of distance into the game. Controls are weird. Art is very good 30 FPS is the devil. That's my impression of Bloodborne so far. I love setting my own ass on fire instead of the enemies. I love a hot burning ass here in November in Wisconsin. Make sure your cheeks are roasty toasty. I was not even that salty in the end as nigh. Mr. Cookie, your penta salt understanding is at a lower end. My salt levels in End as Nigh were pretty regular. You haven't seen salt yet if you think that was salty. Also, welcome back, Tiny Cut. And Locust, welcome back. Hope you guys are continuing to do well. I know there's at least one person in the chat right now who's biting their goddamn lip, trying to not backseat me on saying Penta. You're literally only picking up bullets. Why are you not using your offhand weapon? Why are you not using the gun that they give you at the beginning of the game to shoot some enemies? You are absolutely right. My reasoning is, I'm a dumbass. And I want that button to be a shield, and it's not a shield, and that bugs me. You use shields? Ew. It's too early for me to try to decidedly roast you in my chat. I'm just gonna let that one slide. You use shields? Ew. We'll let that one. I think that dog just hangs out back there waiting for people to come kill it. Did not see you there. More Quicksilver bullets. More Quicksilver bullets. Or are they going into a chest? It looks like if my inventory's full and I pick up a Quicksilver bullet, there's a thing next to it. Is this the same location you were before you did it? You make any progress, or have you just backtracked? I have no idea, because I don't remember when you left. Glad to have you back, Queen Zig. Mr. Cookie, if you gotta go to bed, man. I mean, considering my last 2 Dark Souls playthroughs had 0 shields. It was a 2-handed monk build and a no-shield samurai build. Or a dual-wielding monk build and a samurai build. I think you fail to hear the part of it where it's like, it has nothing to do with the fact that there's a shield in that hand. It's that hand is supposed to be a shield in my brain because I played so much Dark Souls. Fucked. So my brain wants it to be like a parry or a block. rather than a gun or transform my right-handed weapon. If the button is on the left side of my hand, or if the button's on the left side of my controller, it should not do something with the right side of my controller. That's where my brain comes in. There's an item in there. Genuinely asking? Don't even remember what I asked, so I'm gonna say no. Don't even remember what I asked, so just take that as a no. Not sure what question I asked. Where'd you get the Molotovs from? I looted them? I haven't bought anything, I've looted them. But they were not from enemies, they were just loot spots, so I don't know if it's something that I'm gonna have to just buy now, or hope to catch in more areas that I can loot. That was the worst dog. I think these murder people have mutual understanding with the dog, or are they actually like friends, a master puppet relationship? No, I don't think Meow was talking to Locust, because if Meow was talking to Locust, that means Meow was answering a question in chat that could potentially be a spoiler for like the story or lore. And that would make her a horrible mod if that was her suggestion. So she was probably talking to me about some rhetorical question I asked. Because Meow is not a horrible mod, she's a fantastic lady. You still hit me? I'm very mad about this. That's another part of the rhetorical questions that bother me, is a lot of the times I say something out loud to myself without knowing that I'm talking, like asking something that somebody could answer. That other fucking wolf's coming. God damn it. Fucking Christ. There's no actual feasible way to heal yourself because the button has like a fucking frame detection bullshit where you have to have your feet planted, no animations going, to hit triangle to heal yourself. You can't do it in the middle of a fucking battle. Pace is just not something I'm used to. Garbage game. The game would be so much better and easier if it was 60 FPS. See, I like that one because it's actually true and also snarky. This game would be 1,000 times better if it was 60 FPS. And I'm gonna be the snob who says that. And I'm also not the snob who says that, because literally every person who's played Bloodborne since it came out has said, if Bloodborne was in 60 FPS and on PC, it might be one of the best games of all time. Gotta remember, there are people out there who can't really play games at 30 FPS. I'm kind of one of them. This is like, it's not hurting my eyes, but it's definitely not easy to like watch. I've been playing 60 FPS games for a long time. So 30 is like, depending on the camera movements, can be incredibly nauseating. Wouldn't that make everything faster? I mean, no. If it was built in 60, It would just mean they would have to have 30 more frames per animation. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with speed. It's the amount of frames you have in each animation. Which is why, to get games to run properly, if I look over this way, my character's sway is in 30 FPS, but the guys over to the left by the fire are probably down at like 10 FPS. And that's mostly just because of memory. It's mostly of just like, to make sure the game runs well, they have to limit the rendering, limit how much is going on in the game. Good night, Mr. Cookie. Do I ever think they're going to make a remastered version on PC? Probably not. Probably not as long as Sony has control. And Sony has control of Bloodborne, so it's... Like, Sony has control of Bloodborne, like the IP of Bloodborne. It was developed by From Software, but it's basically not really From Software's decision where it goes. We're going to see a Bloodborne 2, or at least a spiritual successor to it, before we see anything like that happening. We have a very high chance of us seeing a Bloodborne 2 with the recent rumors. Which I have no, like, serious idea about, but I think it'd be cool if it was. It's 60 FPS on PS Now. Bloodborne is? So why am I playing this version? Why did I spend the money I spent on this if I'm playing an obviously objectively inferior version of the game? Jin, I think you might be talking about something completely different than I am. Dude, these pop-ups need to go away. I can't lock onto people. Now I can, when I'm in a corner. I couldn't lock onto people there. Just make sure my PS4 controller isn't going to shit, even though it's like a week old. 2 weeks old. It's on PS4, PSN now. I don't know if it's got like the Pro patch there or anything. You're gonna have to give me like a big paragraph of what you're trying to say, because I don't know what you're talking about. I get the argument if you're used to playing on PC and whatnot, but I'm one of those where everything 30 FPS is just fine. I can tell if the FPS is higher, but I can take it or leave it. I totally grok how some people are more sensitive to, though. Maybe I'm just old. Well, I mean, really doesn't have anything to be with do with being old, because games, like old games, were 60 FPS or higher. Like back in the day, they were 60 FPS or higher. Mario Bros, the original Mario Bros, was 60 FPS. Galaga was 60 FPS. Pong, well, I don't think Pong was 60 FPS, but like Centipede, all those guys, they were in 60 FPS. It didn't look nearly as good because the graphics and the memory and all that shit didn't look that good, but it was 60 FPS. Games didn't really start going towards the 30 FPS route, the cinematic route, until like the Polygon era of like the late SNES 64 era. That transitional period was where it started to change over a lot more. My Bloodborne 2 thing that I'm talking about was the, was literally just the thing from their new VR game. There were some interesting notes and like, Easter eggs in there that led people to believe that there might be a Bloodborne 2 in the works. This guy's ridiculously hard without a... This guy's not easy without a freaking, couple Molotovs. This mummy bitch. I can't. I can't. I can't dodge. It's not dodging. My stamina was fucking full. I don't understand. Why don't you do what I want you to do, you shitty, glowy piece of crap with a giant mouse pad on it for no reason? I hate this controller. I want to play with this controller. I want to play with this controller. A good controller. Not a shitty controller where the control sticks are right next to each other. Like some kind of alien device. Not built for people's hands. I kind of want to overanalyze this. How could it have been happened to people? Yeah, Firelight, don't even dare. I don't like you that much to where I'm going to allow that. The streamers are PlayStation games. I believe be a patch for compatibility with PS4 Pro. I mean, I'm not streaming on my PS4, Nerdy Dad, though, so, like, the patch would still affect my visuals. I'm not streaming from my PS4. I'm playing my PS4, but I'm streaming from my computer. So, like, the patch, if the patch exists, it would still be for me. It wouldn't affect the streaming at all. In fact, it wouldn't affect the stream at all, because the stream is 30 FPS. But I still like to play games at 60. I am playing on a PS4 Pro, yes. This is a Pro. My goal of the stream is to kill these freaking werewolves. I'm not saying that's where I'm stopping. That's the goal of the stream. Which means that is the one thing that absolutely has to happen before the stream ends. I don't even care if that's the way I have to go or not. I will kill these freaking werewolves, man. I have Silver Bullet Shotgun. Why is it not killing him in one hit? Wink, wink. Good night, Tiny Cut. I think you wouldn't like the Switch controllers. Well, I bought my dad a Switch for Father's Day, and I bought him a third-party controller because the Pro controller that they do have is garbage. So I bought him a third-party controller that is basically an Xbox controller, but for Nintendo. And it's also a controller that he can plug into his PC and use if he wants to. It's a multi-device controller. Oh, okay, now I get what you mean. I get what you mean, Nerdy Dad, I get you. Can't dodge. Dodging is not a thing that exists in this game. Dodging is not a thing. I should have taken the axe. No, Dan, you don't want the... It's a very, like, low durability controller, though. That's the one downside of it. He's... This is destroying my brain. I'm gonna go on my phone real quick. I'm gonna be the rudest streamer. I'm just gonna... let my guy hang out at his thing while I chill out. I'll talk to you, chat. I'll talk to you. How you guys doing? Hopefully everybody's well. Apparently I made a purchase on something. There's just too many dudes, man. So many dudes. Why are there so many dudes? It's like the anti-Dark Souls. Instead of one big guy that's slow that you size up and learn his fucking mechanics, it's 18 small guys that have no mechanics. And you just have to swing at them. My lungs might also be dying. I bought this controller. I don't know how to copy the share this item. That's what I want. Share this item. Copy to clipboard. I'm gonna post it in the Discord, Dan. Posting it in the Discord. There. I posted the controller in the Discord. It's a very, like, budget controller. I mean, it's actually, you know what? Forget that I said that. It's not a very budget controller, because my dad put, like, freaking 200 hours into Legend of Zelda, so, like, it's definitely gotten its share of use and button presses, so it's not even that budget. Now that I'm thinking about how much time he's used it, yeah, it's not even that budget. After, like, 4 months and a couple hundred hours of playing, having to replace it, that's not that bad. It's nothing like it used to be where controllers lasted years and years and years. Some controllers that never broke. Hashtag SNES for me. It's your birthday tomorrow? Well, I will tell you happy birthday if I see you tomorrow. Later, Damser. Lurk away, bud. What's my dad playing at the moment? He's currently still not really playing games at the moment, but if we're talking about like what he has been playing, he's out of town for like the next couple days, but he has finally decided to dive into Molotov cocktail. He decided to dive into Assassin's Creed Origins because I bought him and myself that. And I was going to be a couple people in the chat who were like, oh my god, you should totally play it, it's so good. And then when you're done playing that, you could go on to Odyssey, because they're both so good. Oh my god, they're the best games of all time. I don't think I'm going to play Origins on stream. I might play Odyssey on stream because it's newer, more relevant, but I don't think I'm going to play it. Origins. I'll probably play it, but even that's kind of up in the air right now. Origins has problems. All games have problems. This game sucks. All games have problems. Hit the wrong button. I meant to hit this button. Hit that crowd control, baby. Bow down to me. Motherfuckers be shooting the guns at me. God, you hit me there. Ika-boo-boo, welcome in. See, look at that frame rate in the back. That's how you save memory. They're walking at like 2 frames a second. Gotta get that leech. That leechy HP. The dog apparently doesn't take damage, so that's good to know. Quicksilver bullets? Who would have known? Who would have known? Who would have ever known that we're gonna get more Quicksilver bullets? I will die. Ziff, to answer your question without anybody else kind of like going into detail about it, it's developed by From Software. There are levels and yeah. In fact, if you were paying attention when we first started the game, we went over all of our stats. You can see level was one of them when we went over and read every single thing. Might have been out of the room at that time though. Igaboo, how you doing, bud? I like you because your name is pink. Also, my blood echoes have 69 in them. Big happy. Huge happy. That is obviously an attack that is a swoop, and therefore will not hit. I'm gonna pull some pebbles out, I think. Pull cocktail out. Pull some pebbles out. Big happy. I want to fight him, man. I can't deny that this man holds the keys to my happiness. Yes, I am wearing the same shirt as yesterday, chat. I did laundry, chat. And it happened to be the first shirt that I grabbed, chat. It's also a gift from my dad, chat, so I like to wear it a lot. It's not a smelly shirt. It's a freshly washed shirt. It smells like actual gods. You ever wonder what a god smelled like? This shirt. Beautiful. Beautiful. Found the enemy for that strat. Or, strat for that enemy. Absolutely. Dude doesn't even have a stone to throw in my direction. How do I swap my... Not what I meant to do. Controls are very bad. Okay, so down is the button I want to push here. Okay. Come at me, you wretched bitch. 2.5 hours to kill 2 enemies. This is not too bad. I'm not even looting those guys anymore. They only have bullets. So that was the parry. You guys getting all kinds of excited. No idea what I did.